Hello folks and welcome. Today we've got a different vehicle to play with. It's a bit of a project vehicle I've ended up with. A friend of mine contacted me and this has been sat for a while. A small revival type thing, hopefully, and a repair type video. The vehicle's been to 3 garages, I think it was. All of the garages have tried different things. They can't figure out what's wrong, and all it is an airbag light. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, let me show you what it is. So here it is, Ford Fiesta. It's sat for a while, as you can probably tell when you go down here, and it's green, more green, lots of green, rust, more green, lots of green. You're getting the gist anyway. So the vehicle was dropped off to me from the location it was stored in for all that time, and it's only on 85,000 mile, I think it was, and supposedly it runs and drives. It did when it was parked. Everything's fine. It went for an MOT. The airbag light was on just before the MOT. Failed because of it, and a couple of other small, little nooks and crannies. As far as I know, the owner did actually sort out a lot of those nooks and crannies, aiming to get the car back on the road. He taught his son to drive in it and things like that, so it was all the case of, I want to keep the car. But for one reason or another, it all went wrong. He did come to me with it, actually, when he first failed with the MOT. He came to me with it, but it was out of my control back then. I didn't have any diagnostics equipment that would check airbags and stuff. I only had a cheap EML thing. So yeah, I don't know where to start really, but I think we'll have a look inside, figure out what's in it, what's going on with it. This is the first proper look over the vehicle I've had. Got dropped off to me yesterday, later yesterday, and I guess we'll just check over, see if the car's worth fixing, and all the hassle that's going to come with that airbag light. And then if it is, and nothing's gone wrong due to the fact that it's been sat for so long, we'll make a start and see what we can do. Anyone with one of these, or they've had airbag lights and stuff like that, if you so happen to be watching this, feel free to advise me on what could be. Just to run down, I will show you what we've done as we go. But it's had a lot of things checked, so I don't know. It's a strange one. I'm starting to think broken wire, actually. It's that odd. There's some window tint or something. Oh, there's something in there as well. Oh, look at that. Window tint. Not that I'll ever use it, but I'm thinking about putting some window tint on my van, actually. Because it'll stop it getting, so bad in the summer with the sun rays and everything. Maybe cool it down a little in there as well when it's really hot summertime. And not only that, but it just looks cool, doesn't it? I think. Don't even know what that was. Airbox, that'll probably be nice. We've got all sorts of goodies. It's yeah, airbox, great. Okay. Airbag. Mouldy airbag. Okay. They've obviously had some fun. Cock ring, no, clock spring, that's it. That's that. Okay. Anyway, we've got some hubby caps. Alpha, dark side, maximum endurance, insane strength, maximum focus, sour jelly. Ugh, God, that sounds vile. Oh, there's some in there. Right. Arnold Schwarzenegger arms, here we come. What's this all about? That's a spare wheel, I assume. Something like that. There's lots of stuff in here. Wow. Get these out. I quickly popped these in yesterday, and because I didn't want to be that type that does everything and then comes and does a video. I thought I'm not even going to look, so I put them in eyes closed. Oh Christ, the world's coming to an end. Okay, dashboard. Frisbee. Right. So that's that. Let's go inside. Not in here because that's pointless. But we'll look from the. Yeah. I have looked over this vehicle in the past, as I think I mentioned before, when it first failed, and when he was going through all of the sort of rigmarole with the garages, trying to figure out what was wrong with it, he kept sort of asking my advice because I'm good friends with him. So he was asking my advice and stuff, you know. So I have had a quick look over the car a couple of times, but this was years ago. I think it came off the road in, I want to say, the start of 2021. Can't quite remember now, but anyway, it's been off the road for quite a long time. It's been sat in the same spot. So the situation is that what we're going to do today is just check over the vehicle and have a look to see if it's even worth bothering with. If it's going to need brakes and or the engine's not right, or, you know, if something else is wrong, minus the window. Let me just... So that's what we're holding the window up with the Haynes manual. Does it get any more forward than that? Don't think it does now. Anyway, so yeah, check over the whole car, make sure everything else is okay, see if it's worth going through all the hassle. I don't enjoy 100% working on airbags and other stupid electrical systems, but it's a good little car. It's a 1.6 petrol, nippy, economical, you know, it's what it is, and I don't really want to see it go to waste if I can help it, but we'll see what happens. Right, so where are we here? I'll tell you what, let's well, as you can see, the interior is wearing. It's at that point now where it's savable, but actually I really do like these seats. The back seats are in good condition, but at the moment it's just awash with enjoyable mess. Carpets and everything look like they're going to come out okay. I mean, everything's a little bit mouldy and dirty and stuff like that, but it's fine. I think it's going to all come out okay. So if we just go around to the other side where I think the bonnet thing is. This door, couldn't believe it. Just dropped. I was like, oh. It must have been broke before, must have been. But actually I found the cables snapped. Look, you can see here. This is the cables that run the window up and down these rails. Look how rusted that is. I mean, that is broke, to say the least. Bonnet catch. But yeah, and we've got some enjoyable mould. There isn't really a smell in here, I'll be honest. It's actually okay. And I was surprised by that, because it is mouldy. Yeah. Oh, the beast. Where's the... There it is. Hold on a minute, this isn't working, is it? And we're back. So, it's one of these. Petroleum run. And, it's looking like an electrical nightmare, I'll be honest. But that's fine. We've got plenty of time to play with it. I would have it up in my actual garage, but the problem is getting stuff in and out of there, it becomes a nightmare. So if I put it... I'm not allowed to have vehicles outside there very often because there is people that live next door and stuff. And you've got, you know, postmen come in, things like that. It gets really congested. So I thought I'll have it down here in this car park where I park the vans and things. And and just tamper with it here to start with, and then if I think it's going to go through an MOT, I will then get it up there to finish all the work off. Or, I mean, it depends what it needs. If it doesn't need much, I'll put an MOT on it and then get it up there to finish all the work off, like servicing, valeting, all of the goodness. Clearing these lights over, see how bad these are? They are faded, so they're going to be quite enjoyable to sort. And then I'm thinking these grills have all gone grey and stuff. If the car obviously is going to get done up properly, I'll be in a situation where I'm thinking about doing like a dark grey spray job on those. I don't want to go black. I think that's a bit black on black on black. It just gets a bit bland. I'd like to do something different with them, so I'm thinking like a dark grey plastics or something. I don't know yet. Throw some ideas in the comments. I'm happy for ideas with that, because I don't know what to go for. But the first things first is to get the damn thing going and see what happens. So let's fast forward to checking things like spark plugs and just looking over it, chuck a battery in it, watch it burn to the ground, and then call it quits. Right, what have we got here? Oil. Minimum. Smells like petrol station pump, so that's great. That's a good start. I'm glad we found that out. What is happening around me? The fact that the oil smells of petrol is telling me that there's probably some sort of weak spark or something. I think we'll take the sparkers out next and have a little look at what we've got down under. Okay, that's crusty. It's like a white crust. Dried out grease, maybe? Dried out electrical grease, maybe? Well, they've all got it, so I'm assuming it is dried out electrical grease, which is not too bad. I can handle that. Oh, come on, you. Won't go. Wow, okay. Obviously they forgot to put it on this one. Come on, it's going. It is going. There we go. Yeah, it's like dried out electrical grease. Have we got oil in there? No. That's a good start. We've got a little bit of seep in here. But pleasantly surprised. Taking my confidence lately. Is that on the spark plug? Yes, I think so. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's a bit difficult to turn. What's wrong with it? Come on. Thank you. That feels gritty. That's not good. So many things that could be wrong with something as simple as spark plugs. And grittiness when you undo it is not a good sign. What are we? Okay. If you can see that, it's absolutely caked in oil, and that's exactly what I expected it to look like when it started feeling gritty. So we're going to clean that. However, the spark plug, if it has zoomed in and done its thing, is actually in good condition. So the spark plugs are in order. So cylinder 4, 3, 2, 1. What they're telling me is that they were put in probably dirty, probably from an oil-based leak, don't know what FOMO spark plugs are all about. I don't think I've ever seen them before, so we might have to change these for some NGKs. And then the actual spark plugs themselves, yeah, I mean, that engine, when it stopped running last time, was running okay. Nothing really to phone home about there. And then what happens is with these, they've got all this plastic cover here, and that's the spark plug holes, and the plastic cover at the back there. They've got little O-ring seals, and they fail, and then it fills up with oil in there, you know. But this one is looking reasonably dry. Which is great news. One less job that's got to be done. However, I've just spotted all this rust under here, which isn't great news. But it's fine. It's all fine. If you're going to clean your own spark plugs, there's a very specific way you have to do that. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. It's not at all. It's very easy. If the threads are looking really bad, like this one is, or if you can't see it, it's bad, then really you need something pretty strong to get through it. So I just use some carb clean or something just to try and agitate what's there and get rid of as much of it as I can. I just don't know what all this horrible greasy stuff is. Vile stuff. Realistically, I should replace these, but at the moment, until I know what's going on with the car, I'm just going to clean them up, make them a bit better. So you want to make sure you get some luxury toilet roll. Softer the better. And then just go at it, really. Spray a bit on. Let it eat. Get some of the old lavatory roll. Bunch it up. And clean away. God, this stuff is not cleaning off. Definitely going to be new spark plugs. I mean, I could wire wheel these, I guess, and just see if I can make them a bit better doing it like that, but I haven't really used FOMO spark plugs before. If they're NGKs, I'd probably be a little bit more, I need to save them, but they're not. And I tend to use NGKs in all my stuff when it comes to spark plugs. They just seem to get the job done, frankly. What you don't want, really, is grit in the threads, because as you tighten that back up, it's going to possibly damage the thread that it goes into in the engine, which you don't want. Look at all that rubbish coming off there. So you want to try and get as much of that off it as you possibly can. But of course, remember that the thread ends somewhere when it's tightening, so as long as it's clean from wherever that thread ends, you're good. You're good to put them back in then. But I will be replacing these when I know the vehicle's worth all the hassle. The gaps look very large on this as well. So these are old spark plugs. But I'll give them a quick clean. We'll get them back in. Right. Let's whack them on back in, although I'm not fully happy with them. They'll be better than nothing for now. And then I'll order some new ones. If I'm going to do the car up, it'll have a full service. It'll all new spark plugs, all new leads. Definitely oil, stuff like that. It'll all be done and dusted. Do you mind? Come on now. All be done and dusted. Because why not? If you've got a vehicle, the main thing is making it run as good as you possibly can. I always backtrack spark plugs. I don't know if you noticed that. Wait till you feel a little click, and that's usually when they're at the right point of the thread. See if you're risking threading them. Going in. Come on, get off it. Behave. A little click. Tighten up. Goes in lovely. Look at that. See. Anyone would think I've done it before. I've never had an issue with spark plugs, as far as I remember. They've always gone in and everything's been good. Famous last words. Or something like that. Once we've rebuilt the engine, I will probably throw some power at this thing. Come out, will you? No. Put the leads on in the right order. Although these are numbered, which is really good. I mean, you can't really get it wrong because they're all different lengths. But I guess if you're a Wally and don't realise they're all different lengths and somehow manage to stretch one too far and one is hanging up with a loop like this because it's the wrong one, then the numbers will be really handy. Just pop all them back where they need to be. Oh, I'm taking them off anyway again soon, so there's no point going too deep. Right. Power time. Power! Anyway, this is the battery that came with the vehicle, so probably won't work. But it fits in the hole. And that's what you want in life. Okay. That's very good. I'm just going to make sure everything's off actually before I go. Boo-dee-boo-boo. Dooby-doo-doo. Dooby-doo. Huh. Okay. Hey, there we go. It's on. It's great. It's on. Right. Key. Hole. Clutch down. Right, we've got power. Dashboard lights have come on. And airbag lights come back on, yeah, of course. Let's go for it. Oh wow. Really? That easy? Not going to give me any trouble? Little bit of dirty exhaust smell. What can you expect? A little bit of a waver. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah. Whatever that is. Okay. Right. Well, I guess we'll let it run for a bit. On the amazing amount of fuel I have, yeah, 85,000 miles. Well, just coming up 86 nearly. So, sitting quite happy. ABS lights on as well, I've just noticed. I think my plan will be to plug in the diagnostics tool, foreskin or whatever it's called, and then run that, find out what it's actually telling me, try and clear the codes, and then come back to it from scratch. Because as it's been sat, things have been tampered with. Could be all sorts of things going on now with codes and different things. So, oh, it's got the same light as my transit van. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're going to do.